Good evening, everyone. And welcome. We begin our ceremony today, or this evening, with our land acknowledgement for the land on which we stand and the peoples who steward it across our generations. Gettysburg College is on unceded indigenous land, including the traditional homelands of the Susquehannock, Conestoga, Seneca, Haudenosaunee Confederacy, Lenni Lenape, and Shawnee nations, and the connections of the indigenous people to this land continue today. We have a responsibility to honor these connections, and we strive to understand our place within the past, present, and future of this indigenous land by reflecting on our relationship with the human and other than human relatives with whom it is shared. Won't you pray with me? Al-Bari, Al-Basit, Al-Hakim, the God who calls us to do that which has been dutifully imagined. It is your sacred light of knowledge that we have followed through these halls. You form the speck around which we grow. It is by your will that we have found the strength and courage to meet this day. Thank you for giving us enough time to practice running our own race in a place called Gettysburg College. Though we became weary and we had doubts and doubters, we pressed on anyway. Let the joyous warmth of this moment guard against the winter cold. Let us celebrate in your favor and light for all of the sacred work of teaching and learning we have done here. Amen. Now please join me in welcoming to the podium President Bob Iliano.
Thank you, Bright, and good afternoon to everybody and family, friends, fellow Gettysburgians. We are here tonight to honor and celebrate a truly remarkable group of seniors and all that you all have achieved as members of this community. To our graduates, or soon-to-be graduates, let me extend you a warm and hearty welcome and congratulations on this very special day of your lives. We have nearly 40 people today who will cross the stage this evening. Seniors who have authored their very own story that is uniquely their own, who have dedicated themselves to excellence and experienced the joys and success that so often come from collaboration and hard work, and who have persevered and overcome in the midst of unforeseen challenges, all to arrive at this moment. Graduates, you have earned this moment, every one of you, and we are incredibly proud of you. Now, of course, as is true for so many milestones in our lives, we don't reach them alone. It's only through the love, the support, and encouragement of those around us that we can truly realize our fullest potential. And so, at this time, graduates, I'd invite you to please stand up and turn around and look to your loved ones here tonight and offer them your deepest thanks for all they've done to help you along the way. So, graduates, let us thank your parents and loved ones. Thank you, guys. Seniors, I know how much this means to you, but I also know from my own personal experiences, having watched my two kids cross their stage at their graduation, how much this means to your parents and to your families. Seemingly overnight, they witnessed you go from an unsteady child, teetering as you first learned how to ride a bike, to a self-assured graduate who has gracefully balanced the rigors of a college education and who now stands poised to take on the world and to pursue your dreams. I've seen this with my own two boys. My younger son, Ben, went from playing video games to now running a company in the video game industry. Suffice it to say, he's got a really cool job for his friends. And my oldest son, Jeff, had his dream of studying the early universe, and he currently is working as a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Pennsylvania. And it's Jeff's study of the universe that causes me to reflect a little bit today, because I see similarities to the historical chapters you all have written during your time at the college. And so I'd like to take a moment and reflect upon your time at Gettysburg experience and the meaning and the wisdom we can draw from it as you prepare to take on your next step forward. So let me ask you this. How many times do you look up and study the night sky? And on a clear night, you'll see the shimmering of the planets, sun, stars, constellation, and it's easy to assume, in all of its wonder, that the universe itself is timeless, that it's always been exactly as we see it today. And it's certainly easy to feel that way from our humble vantage point, but of course, the universe is far from static. It is ever-changing. It even has its own origin story that we call the Big Bang. And if you look closely at what's known as the cosmic microwave background, which is what my son is studying, you can rewind the clock 14 billion years to the very beginning. In fact, when you look far enough back, you discover that the greatest disruption in our universe has precisely what has led to its greatest growth, its greatest change, its greatest expansion, all of which shapes what we see before us today. So why do I share all of this to you on the day of your mid-year graduation? Soon enough, people will be looking up to you. Many already do. Perhaps it's a neighbor or a colleague or a Gettysburg student, maybe even a child of your own someday. They will see your empathy, they will see your teamwork, your creativity, your adaptability, your strength in the face of adversity. They will see the person you are, the person you've become, and they may assume that you have naturally always been this way. It's important that they know that these enduring skills can be learned, but like the early universe, the ingredients that made you uniquely you have always been there. That's true, but you have never been static. You've never stood still. You too are ever-changing and the catalyst for your growth. What has taken those ingredients and helped form you into who you are today are the very people in this room and the experiences you all have shared together. All you need to do is to look back to the beginning. It's your parents, again, who ran alongside you, who stabilized you on that first bike ride and so much more, who cheered for you as you embarked solo and comforted you on those moments that you fell, and who ultimately motivated you to get up again and try again. It's that soccer coach or the art teacher in middle school who saw something special in you and fanned the flames of passion. It's your friends and classmates and teammates here at Gettysburg who brought out the very best in you and inspired you to reach across difference and to see others and new perspectives. It's your devoted family who invested in you, who challenged you, who treated you as contributing colleagues and welcomed you into a shared field of study. It's the first-year walk and Thanksgiving dinner and Bergburst and the many traditions we share as a community that brings us closer together. And for this remarkable group of seniors, it's even confronting a global pandemic, the greatest disruptor that any of us have ever known, and as a result, developing the heart and the mindset to bring about your greatest growth, your greatest change, your greatest expansion in how you view the world and in your purpose in it, and in your ability to surmount whatever life may throw at you. Ultimately, graduates, it is the people and the experiences that we gain in life that make us who we are, and I hope you've encountered the very best of both in your time at Gettysburg, and that you will take that with you forever as you graduate. I likewise hope that you will look back on these years as a start of something special, a consequential life, developing into the person we know you can become. Again, on behalf of our entire community, we wish you the very best and look forward to hearing about all you will accomplish in the years ahead. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Provost of Gettysburg College, Chris Zappi.
Thank you, President Giuliano. Congratulations to our mid-year graduates and soon-to-be graduates. I would also like to welcome your friends and your families, especially your parents, who have encouraged you, supported you, and hoped for you since the moment you selected Gettysburg College and first arrived here on this campus. All of us present in this room, at this institution and beyond, have been here to support your work and your growth. It is one of the true joys of being part of this special community. When you graduate from Gettysburg College, you are up to the challenges that await you. Through Our rigorous liberal arts and science curriculum, through your educational opportunities both on and off campus, and through your Gettysburg experience, you are ready. You are ready to be an engaged citizen of the global community. You are ready to become a leader. And whether you believe it or not, you are ready to take the next steps forward as you prepare to leave Gettysburg College. I want to remind you that this college, your mentors, your classmates, your Gettysburg experience will always be with you whenever or wherever you go in the world. It will continue to have impact on everything you do. The manner in which you approach situations and ideas, the way in which you interact and communicate with others, the inquiries and decisions that you make, and the methods you employ to make those choices. This recognition ceremony is a meaningful experience not only for you and your families, but also for all of us, your professors, advisors, and mentors. It is a joyful celebration, and yet we will miss seeing you in our classes, offices, studios, and laboratories. Each semester we watch talented students step into the world, and it is never easy to see you go. But I want you to know that we are rooting for you, and we are looking forward to seeing that all that your future holds. So take your Gettysburg experience with you and let it continue as you stay connected with us. Now, on this happy occasion, I am very pleased to introduce to you an outstanding member of the college's faculty, Dr. Salma Monani, Professor of Environmental Studies. Professor Monani received her Master of Science in Geology from the University of Wisconsin-Madison and her Master of Arts in Creative Writing from the University of Colorado, Boulder. She received her PhD from the University of Minnesota in 2008. Professor Monani's scholarly interests are in the environmental humanities with a specific focus on cinema and other forms of media communication. Professor Monani is well respected by her colleagues and her students. When asked about Professor Monani, a faculty colleague said to me, and here I quote, "Salma Monani exemplifies what it takes to be an effective teacher-scholar in an interdisciplinary department at a liberal arts college. While her background includes a science graduate degree, Salma's classes and scholarly work are rooted in the humanities. She uses her love of film to help students understand how environmental issues are addressed in the media and how underrepresented communities are often sidelined in media narratives. Salma is a dedicated and compassionate professor who doesn't shy away from engaging her students in challenging conversations about privilege, race, and environmental justice. In short, Professor Monani contributes to making Gettysburg College exceptional. Now, on behalf of the faculty, please join me in welcoming Professor Salma Monani to the podium.
Thank you, Chris. Gosh, it's great to be up here. Good evening, everyone. And congratulations. You're hearing lots of congratulations, graduating students. But I also want to congratulate your support network, your family and friends, many of whom are here to share this joyful moment with you. Congratulations, everybody. Graduating from college, of course, is a noteworthy accomplishment in the best of circumstances. And the last few years, well, we kind of know it hasn't been the best of circumstances, right? A world pandemic. Despite this, graduates, you have persevered. And here you are on the cusp of taking another step forward in your life journey. This ceremony is that formal recognition of the transition. And it really is a moment to savor. Today, I want us to take time to savor this moment. Let's do it together. Let's take a breath in, out, and just be here. This is an exciting moment to be in. And as Provost Zappi mentioned, I am a cinema scholar, so I'm going to shamelessly use an analogy from my academic discipline. So as a faculty member who studies cinema and media, I'm going to say, in this moment, let's actually just pause, press the pause button. I want you all to indulge me in this action. Pick up your imaginary remotes, everybody. I have a real one. All right. And click on the pause button. What does it mean to pause? Ordinarily, a remote control pause could mean a couple of things. A, you're pausing because something is distracting you. Someone wants your attention. Or B, you're pausing because you want to pay more attention. Pausing gives you space to bring things into clearer focus. It's this latter pause that I want us to do today, and I invite you to consider. For two reasons. First, because you can bring into focus this really wonderful, wonderful feeling of graduating and the heft of this accomplishment. This incredible accomplishment is paved with so many important stepping stones. From that first day that you arrived on campus, that big moment, to all the little ones, like navigating the day-to-day of going to classes. Each of these moments, some have been joyful, a whole bunch of them have been stressful and frustrating. Maybe some of my graduates here are thinking about exams. But if you pause and you allow yourself to think about all these moments, you realize that you have navigated this journey successfully. Pausing allows you to appreciate that. It also allows you to appreciate all the people who have helped you on this journey. And I could do what President Giuliano said and say, get up and thank someone, but you've done that already. Do it again. Not right now, but do it again. Certainly, as your faculty, we have championed you every step of the way, rooting for you to become more than the person you were when you first arrived on campus. And without a doubt, each and every one of you is leaving with an intellectual toolkit that is deeper and broader than that with which you arrived. This is definitely worth pausing to celebrate. Second, while pausing allows you to look back, it also allows you to reflect on how your time spent here will be consequential as you move forward. At Gettysburg College, we've encouraged you to not only build intellectual knowledge of the world, but also how to navigate that world with grace and ethical commitment. A pause of attentiveness is a crucial tool in doing this work. You don't need to be, like me, a professor of cinema and media studies to know that you live in a world that values instantaneity over the pause. Fueled by social media, we're urged to react and act immediately. And fed by computer algorithms, our actions and reactions are increasingly polarized into our echo chambers. Such polarization makes for an intolerant world. And we'll all sadly witness to such intolerance brewing all around us. At the same time, too often social media is a way to retreat from this world, a place to indulge the pause of distraction. I confess I'm also guilty, because I'm an environmental studies professor, of enjoying cute animal memes on social media. Against this backdrop of instantaneous reaction and distraction, We rarely pause with attentiveness. Yet, know that this kind of pause will serve you well. In leadership circles, some of you might know there's actually a formal term for recognizing the power of the pause. It's called the pause principle. And it requires both intellectual knowledge and emotional intelligence. It invites you to navigate the world with curiosity, not with preformed judgments or assumptions. Curiosity means being able to engage in a conversation without your mind already made up or specific outcomes decided. This doesn't mean that you can't be ethical or discerning, but it does mean taking a pause back from being immediately judgmental. Stepping back from being judgmental is really transformational in helping you lead forward. Curiosity gives you a chance to listen to others. It allows you the opportunity to work with others for a better, kinder, less intolerant world. Not just for yourself, but for the community around you. And this opportunity to work well with others has been at the heart of your Gettysburg education. Here in our small, tight-knit community, you have had the opportunity to grow meaningful relationships of care and support, even as you've been invited to engage across difference. These opportunities will serve you well. And as now, I'm going to press the play button of my remote, and you all your imaginary remotes, because we do want to get on with graduating. I do want to leave you with this advice. Pause, press that pause button often. Be truly attentive to the present moment so that you can be discerningly open to what went before and what is ahead. Practice gratitude for the meaningful work you have done with others. Practice curiosity. That is, practice stepping back from preformed judgments so that when you do press that play button, your vision is clearer for the transformative work you can do with others moving forward. Today, our media devices place the world at our fingertips. The chance to act instantaneously is as simple as a click of a button. But so also is the ability to pause. So here's to using the mindful pause to navigate the world as you move forward. Know your Gettysburg faculty, our entire college community will be cheering you on in this journey, now and for always. Congratulations again, grads.
It's now my pleasure to acknowledge each of you individually. When I read your name, please join me on the stage, where President Giuliano will congratulate you as I read your hometown and major. In addition, you have each had full, rich experiences during your time at Gettysburg College, both on and off campus. Many of you have provided us with a significant detail about your college career that you would like me to share. Following the ceremony, you will share even more of your Gettysburg experiences as you celebrate with family, friends, and faculty. And now we will begin by recognizing our graduates. Anjali Ariaza from New York City, New York. Majoring in Latin American, Caribbean, and Latino studies and Spanish, Anjali's proudest Gettysburg achievement was co-founding the Butterfly Coalition. Amy Cantrell from Sun Valley, Idaho, double majoring in political science and international affairs. Amy's proudest Gettysburg moment was achieving NCAA All-Region honors for her final cross-country season after several years of training and racing alongside the best teammates she could have asked for. Douglas Cummings From Mooresville, North Carolina, majoring in mathematics, Douglas's proudest moment was breaking the Centennial Conference record for the longest field goal. John Drury, from Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, majoring in health science. John's favorite class was Death and the Meaning of Life with the now retired Professor Buzz Myers. Mara Farinelli, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology. Mara's favorite class was a tie between molecular genetics and immunobiology. Gabriella Feige, from Glen Rock, New Jersey, majoring in business organizations and management. Gabriella studied abroad in Berlin, Germany. John Kelleher, from Rumson, New Jersey, majoring in economics. John's favorite class was game theory with Professor Cadigan. Tristan Kucera, from Leesport, Pennsylvania, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology. For Tristan's senior capstone, they studied genetic interactions between microtube stability and the last resort pathway in filamentous fungus. Emma Leitner, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, majoring in biology. Emma's senior capstone was the effects of ECM29 deletion on Aspergillus nigelans microtubule behavior. Max Malovsky, from Yardley, Pennsylvania, majoring in organizational management studies. Max studied entrepreneurship abroad in Copenhagen, Denmark in fall 2021 and international management and Spanish in Seville, Spain in spring 2022. Monique Mendez, from San Diego, California, majoring in English with a writing concentration. Monique was a recipient of the Bryant First Gen Scholarship, which helped fund her graduate school applications. Monique hopes to do a school counseling master's program. Matthew Madura, from Trenton, New Jersey, majoring in sociology. Anjali Miranda Ganas, from Reading, Pennsylvania, majoring in psychology. Anjali's senior capstone was a study on the effects of mortality salience on risky decision-making, where she hoped to examine the effects of mortality priming on one's engagement in risky activities. Matthew Montes, from Manlius, New York, majoring in political science and Spanish. Matthew studied abroad in Madrid, Spain in 2020 and studied in Cuernavaca, Mexico in 2021. Harrison Naughton, from Westchester, Pennsylvania, studying organization and management studies. Harrison's proudest moment was competing in the NCAA tournament with the men's lacrosse team. Molly O'Shea, from Reading, Pennsylvania, majoring in political science. Molly's senior capstone was the effects of globalization on life expectancy in different countries. Madeline Sappenfield, from Hagerstown, Maryland, majoring in health science. Madeline's senior capstone was the effects of myofascial release and dynamic stretching on injury prevention. Kevin Sawtell, From Hillsborough, New Jersey, majoring in business, Kevin's favorite class was the philosophy of existentialism. Katie Schaefer, from Delmontia, Pennsylvania, majoring in psychology. Katie studied abroad in Madrid, Spain. Tia Simon, from Far Hill, New Jersey, majoring in sociology. Jacob Singleton, from Hamilton, New Jersey, majoring in English. Jacob's proudest moment was joining the Theta chapter of Sigma Chi fraternity. Sebastian Supis, from Oneonta, New York, majoring in anthropology. Sebastian's proudest moment was being a member of the Gettysburg College men's rugby team, which ranked 19th in the country this season in the National Collegiate Rugby Coaches Poll. Rock Schwartz, from Purcellville, Virginia, majoring in philosophy of the social sciences. Rock's proudest moment was in his first year when he was able to start an initiative which brought free and accessible menstrual care product dispensers to the gender-neutral restrooms on campus. Daniel Tate, from Partlow, Virginia, majoring in physics. Daniel's senior capstone was creating and measuring thin gold films and measuring proton energy loss through these films. Jess Tran, from Saigon, Vietnam, majoring in biochemistry and molecular biology. Jess's proudest moment was working in Dr. Hirazumi's lab to develop DIP-B LAOR microarray and discover the lost DIP-B low-activity lineage from established strains. Melissa Trujillo, from Chicago, Illinois, studying peace and justice studies. Melissa's senior capstone was cultural decolonization in the global South. Doğukan Tumturk, from Ankara, Turkey, majoring in computer science. Doğukan's greatest moment was finally graduating. Anna Vashakamadze, from Tbilisi, Georgia, majoring in music and international and global studies. Anna studied abroad in Vienna, Austria. Thomas Walsh, from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, majoring in economics. Robert Wilkinson, from Canton, Massachusetts, majoring in interdisciplinary studies. Robert's senior capstone focused on consumer reactions to Dick's Sporting Goods stopping the sale of firearms. Chase Widbrot, from Lewiston, Michigan, majoring in environmental studies. Ainsley Xing, from Beijing, China, majoring in psychology. Ainsley's favorite class was personality psychology with Professor Kathy Berenson. Joseph Zhang, from Chengdu, China, majoring in organization and management studies. Joseph's senior capstone was labor relations and human resources management in a gig economy. Justin Zuniga, from Chicago, Illinois, majoring in Africana studies. Justin's senior capstone was "Have a Rip of This: The Economic and Social Implications of Marijuana Legalization." Joseph Carroll. From Ramsey, New Jersey, majoring in political science. Congratulations, graduates.
Now I'd like to welcome Vivian Davenport, class of 2025, to lead us in the singing of the alma mater.
It's okay, I'll just put it on the ground. As softly the evening shadows are veiling the campus stars, we come a band of good fellows to sing in the twilight hours. The silvery moonlight mantles the worn walls of chapel anew. The wind in the trees sweetly echoes our praises of orange and blue. Whenever thy loyal ones gather to wake and fond memory, our thoughts shall be turned alma mater, old Gettysburg, back to thee. Forever am I thy editor, and whatever else I may do, I love, I'll defend, and I'll honor the glorious orange and blue.
Won't you pray with me? Pride born of perseverance is a righteous thing. To remember the hard and good moments that shape our hopes and our confidences. May you grow without ceasing, and may you love without apology. May you lead with integrity and follow with wisdom and patience. May you speak truth to power as you descend from this ivory tower. May you never forget this place or its people, for it will always be a part of you. May you embrace the consequences of your education, such that the world will never be the same again. Amen.
It is now my task to charge the class. At Gettysburg College, we promise every student a personal education. And seeing you, each one of you, across the stage tonight, it's clear just how personal this experience has been for you. In reflecting on Professor Manani's poignant message this evening, I'm reminded of a composer our Sunderman Conservatory students have come to know well, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He observed, and here I quote, "The music is not in the notes, but in the silence between." Graduates, my charge to you tonight is to heed Professor Manani's advice and to remember to pause. Your life is to be sure to be filled with challenges and opportunities, triumphs and shortcomings, ups and downs. The silence between is what helps bring clarity to our past and meaning to our present. Embrace these moments of pause and reflection and allow them to guide you as you shape your future. Graduates, this is your time. Take all that you've learned here and go forth to do great work in your communities, in your workplaces, out in the world. You've heard it tonight. We believe in you. We always will. And now, to conclude our ceremony, I would invite our families, friends, and the entire community here to please join me one last time in congratulating our college graduates.